me a beer.
Did I ever tell you all about the time Cooter lost Old Red's secret hot sauce recipe? It's known as Cooter's hot sauce heist. Old Red ain't happy. Cooter may have had one too many beers. It all started on a bright sunny morning, and we will let Cooter tell the story. Howdy, y'all. Cooter here, back at the old smoke shack. And let me tell ya, the air is thick with the promise of deliciousness today. Got a beautiful brisket on, smelling like heaven. And speaking of heaven, Old Red trusted me with his secret sauce. You know, it's what makes his brisket truly sing. Old Red's secret sauce. Yep, that's this here. Well, now, this ain't it. This is just sauce. But Old Red's, that's liquid gold. Passed down through generations of raccoon rednecks, perfected over years of trial and error. It's the stuff legends are made of. And for the longest time, I was the only other critter he trusted with the recipe. Was being the key word there, folks. I need another beer. Okay, that's better. See, a few weeks back, things got a little saucy. I was at the annual Critter Cookoff, trying to show off my prize-winning ribs. Old Red had given me a small, handwritten copy of the recipe for emergency use only, he said. Don't you go sharing it, Cooter, or I'll turn your tail into a bottle brush. He always says that. Anyway, I was feeling mighty confident. Ribs were perfect, brisket was smelling fine, and then these three characters show up. First, there was Frank. Big fella, smelled like stale cigars and cheap cologne. Then Cholula, all fancy with her little hat and a purse full of designer hot peppers. And finally, Louis Anna, who just kept snapping her fingers and saying, "Bring on the heat, honey." Frank was looking shifty, Cholula sniffing disdainfully at a generic hot sauce, Louis Anna snapping her fingers impatiently. What the hell they up to? I thought to myself they were competitors, see? And they were obsessed with Old Red sauce. They kept sniffing around my booth, trying to sample everything. I was so busy charming the judges, I didn't even notice until it was too late. What just happened? What did I do? The recipe gone. Swiped clean off my prep table. Frank, Cholula, and Louis Anna, those sauce-stealing scoundrels. I knew it in my gut. I looked everywhere, tore my booth apart. Nothing. Just a lingering smell of cheap cologne and expensive peppers. Cooter shakes his head, takes another gulp of beer. Cooter, now, how do you tell your best buddy, Old Red, that you lost the family jewel? The secret to his legendary hot sauce?
Old Red, you ain't gonna believe this, but aliens stole your secret recipe. There must have been TEN. I couldn't fight 'em all.
EN. Cooter, you best tell me the truth before I put this can where the sun don't shine.
I tried to make my own version, but it tasted like sadness and old socks. The ribs just weren't the same. The brisket wept. I was sad, but even more, I was mad at myself, but eventually, Old Red noticed. He said, "Cooter, what in the name of smoked pork has gotten into you? Your briskets have lost their spark." I finally had to confess. Yikes, I told him. He was furious, folks, furious. Steam practically came out of his ears. He called me every name under the sun, sauce-stealing scamp, recipe rascal, the raccoon who ruined ribs. It was bad, real bad. But then he looked at me, his little buddy, the guy who's been by his side, rolling smoke and chugging Cooter juice for years. And you know what? He just couldn't stay mad. I was able to smile again. Old Red, he sighed, and a big, long Old Red sigh. And he said, "Cooter, you knucklehead, get me a beer, and let's fire up this brisket. We'll make more sauce." And I did. I got myself one too. And that's exactly what we did. We smoked that brisket all night. Talked about old times, laughed about my dumb mistake, and he even showed me a new secret ingredient for the hot sauce just to make sure those three rascals didn't get the whole picture. Y'all know, Old Red is such a forgiving man. I swear his heart is as big as his mouth-watering aroma. I can almost smell him just telling y'all all this story. I don't know how he does it, but damn, that man smells so good he keeps the panty liner business booming.
Damn, that man smells good. That was a close one.
So anywho, Cooter continues, so here we are. Brisket's almost ready. New secret sauce bubbling away on the side burner. And a cold Cooter juice in my paw. It just goes to show ya, folks, sometimes even your biggest screw-ups can lead to an even better recipe. And that true friendship is thicker than any hot sauce. Cooter takes a big swig of beer, then holds it up. Cooter, here's to Old Red. And to learning from your mistakes. Now, if you'll excuse me, this brisket ain't gonna eat itself. And I got a feeling those 3 hot sauce hooligans are gonna now be real jealous when they hear about the new recipe. God bless America. We'll see y'all next time. And then Cooter went on back to tend to the brisket. They never did catch those 3 scoundrels, but some say one of them, his name was Jacob, and he went on to start the Frank Tea and Spice Company in 1896 in Cincinnati, Ohio. In 1917, owner Jacob Frank contracted for the Estillette Pepper Farm in Louisiana, where Adam Estillette and Frank became business partners. They mixed spices, vinegar, garlic, and cayenne peppers and aged them, creating the original blend of Frank's Red Hot, which entered the market in 1920. Now that was a big part of Old Red's secret, but that fella made Frank's Red Hot. And it is the primary ingredient in many buffalo wing recipes, but was probably not the hot sauce that was used in the original 1960 for Anchor Bar recipe. In 1977, Frank's Red Hot was sold to Durkee Famous Foods. Following the purchase of the Durkee brand in 1995, it was owned by Racket Bankizer until 2017. Frank's is produced in Springfield, Missouri. In 2007, Tennessee, wait, what? The Nazi, Tisani, Tanatsi, oh screw it. Some other foods began marketing licensed Frank's Red Hot flavored beef jerky and meat snacks. In August 2017, spice maker McCormick and Company closed a $4.2 billion deal that included French's mustard and Frank's Red Hot sauce. I'll tell you what, they better keep their ass away from Old Red. He's married. Mrs. Red will beat M down if they try to make Old Red a meat snack. How good would that be? Am I right, ladies? Anywho. Cooter winks, takes a bite of imaginary brisket, makes a sound of pure bliss, Old Red, Red Hot. Makes a girl wonder about that Jacob feller.
God bless America. We'll see y'all next time.